About 2 years ago, I matched with this guy on Hinge. He was a cute Hispanic guy hugging what seemed to be his grandma. And I was like, wow. Now that's a man who cares about the women in his life. I thought it was such a cute picture. We texted back and forth for a few days, and there's one conversation I remember in particular, and that was him asking about like what my love languages are. Now I wouldn't say I hate this question, but it's not my favorite to be asked because to me it's such a corny question. So I answer his little corny question, and I tell him that my love languages are quality time and physical touch. And he's like, physical touch? That's my favorite too. Oh man, I love me a good makeout session. Like, I love to kiss. And I'm like, okay, congratulations. I like kissing too, but it really takes me a while to actually warm up to somebody and get comfortable with them. So just don't be expecting a kiss on the first date. So about a week passes by, and as we're talking, I find out that he lives literally like 2 to 3 minutes away from me. I'm like, whoa, you live that close? How come I've never seen you?
Oh my, Jonah, hi. Hi. Give me a hug and don't just stand there. Us standing there like we don't even know each other. Hi. What are you doing here? Oh my God.
How come I never seen you at the gas station, the grocery store, the mailbox? Like, we're neighbors, buddy. But you know what? I can't lie. Sometimes I be scared to go to the mailbox because I be thinking he's gonna see me in some basketball shorts and a t-shirt with no bra on. So I really be having to check my surroundings when I go to the mailbox. So anyways, I say all of this because we decided that we wanted to meet at his church for the first time, which was like a minute away from us. So it was really convenient. So I get there and I'm like super nervous because I'm at a new church. I don't know anybody in that building. And I've only been talking to this guy for a week. I really don't even know him like that. So I'm sitting in the car like, okay, come on. You got this. Just get out. Get out the car. Wait. I need some perfume. I need to smell good. I know she got some perfume in here somewhere. I forgot to mention this, but I had to borrow my mom's car for the day because my car was in the shop. So I do a few spritz of perfume and I get a good whiff of the perfume and I'm like, oof, this perfume smells a little rotten. It smells like a little bit of Victoria's Secret. Man, I should have never sprayed this perfume. I finally get out, and when I went inside, he was actually waiting for me by the door. And we hug, we exchange a few words, and then we sit down. And you know, when you're in a church, you can't really say much to each other because, you know, you got the choir singing, the pastor preaching. The only thing he said to me in church was, is that Victoria's Secret? I'm just playing. He said, you smell like strawberries. Thank you. Okay. The perfume came through. Shoot, I thought it was rotten. All right. If you are a first-time visitor, go ahead and raise that hand. Yes. One of the ushers will escort you to the back just to, you know, get to know you, give you some information, along with some complimentary coffee and tea. I know we all love our coffee and tea, don't we? When I tell y'all, I sat there stiff as an iron board, I knew somebody was gonna come up to me because all of a sudden, I feel this warm, thick hand on my shoulder. You wanna come with me, sweetie? No, not really. Come on, let's go, come on. I turned and looked back at Jonathan like, I don't wanna go. This lady trying to snatch me up. Tell her we gotta go. He just sits there staring at me with a smile on his face. And I'm like, you know what? You're no help. So I start to follow the lady to the back. And I'm thinking in the back of my mind, like, now how you know I was a visitor? I didn't even raise my hand when the pastor said raise your hand. Wait a minute. Is it because I'm black? Is that why you chose me? Because I got more melanin to my skin? Mind you, his church was like 95% Hispanic, so I'm pretty sure I stuck out like a sore thumb. When I get to the back, the lady is just giving me and the other guests information about the church, telling us to scan the QR code to fill out this form with our address and all that. I didn't really fill it out because I already had a church home and I knew I wasn't coming back. So Jonathan finally comes out, we chop it up for a bit, and then he asked me if I want to go to this park that he always goes to on Sundays. I was a little hesitant at first because I was like, I need to return the car back to my mom. But he really, really wanted to go. So I just asked my mom if I could keep the car for a little bit longer, and she said it was fine. During this time, my mom and my family were celebrating my grandpa's pastoral thing. I forgot what it was called, but it was celebrating his pastoral thing. And then after that, and they were gonna go out to eat after that. But anyways, we both go home, we change, and we drive to the park. Now, this park isn't just some park with a slide and a couple swings. No. This park is a 43-acre piece of land with a big fountain in the middle where people can walk around, rent out a swan-shaped paddleboat, enjoy shows at the amphitheater, and enjoy the Sunday market. So me and Jonathan just walked around, looked at the swans, and then he told me about this boba place that he thought was really good and he wanted to go to. And I was like, I don't really like boba, but he really insisted on getting it. And I was like, all right, whatever. I'll get the drink with the balls in it. We get there, and while we're sitting down drinking our boba, it started to rain like really bad. I'm like, oh shoot, man, my hair is gonna get wet. Now, I'm not talking about my natural hair. I'm talking about this wig I always used to wear. She was a cute, short Babiana. I'll pop up the picture for y'all. See, looks nice, right? Nice enough to not get wet. And I used to wear this wig like all the time. This wig might as well have been glued to my scalp because whenever I didn't feel like doing my hair, I just throw her on. And I didn't feel like doing my hair a lot. I was a lazy bum, okay? But that's besides the point. The point is, my hair was gonna be wet. And he knew I was wearing a wig too because I told him it was a wig. And apparently he knew it was a wig. But we kept talking, and I tried to scratch this moment out of my memory. But I remember him looking at me and saying, you're actually cute. And I was like, huh? I'm actually cute? I'm sorry, what? What do you mean by that? Did you think I was ugly this whole time, and now that you're getting a good look at me, you think I'm cute? I don't remember what I said at that moment because I actually don't think I said anything. I was thinking, what if he did think I was ugly? I have my moments where I do think I look like a female gremlin, but I know I wasn't looking ugly that day. So that really soured the moment, and I was like, you know what? I'm actually ready to go. So we step outside, waiting for a good time to step out into the rain, and his arm is like all across my waist. And I'm like, excuse me, do you not remember what you just said 5 minutes ago? You just said I was the ugliest thing walking on this earth. I'm trying to figure out when to start booking it. Get your freaking paws off of me, bro. So the perfect opportunity to run never came, and we just start running. At this point, we're running, and my hair is getting drenched. My hair is covering my eyes. I can't see anything. And I knew during this moment, I did not look cute anymore. I can only imagine what Jonathan saw when he looked over at me. And at this point, it felt like we were running for 10 minutes. I'm like, yo, where did we park? It felt like our cars were like 2 miles away. It took us a good little minute to get to our cars. So we got to my car first. We're sitting in there trying to dry ourselves off. And apparently he wanted to keep the date going because he asked me if I wanted to go bowling. And I don't know. I just agreed because I had nothing else to do. And I like bowling. So let's go bowling. I get home and I immediately start blow drying my hair. And by this time, it is like 5 o'clock. The date started at 10. We have been out all day. And I really appreciate my mom for letting me hold her car. You know, I really do. Shout out to my mama. I know she's watching this video. But about 3 hours pass by and we meet up at the bowling alley. Nothing interesting really happened there. We just bowled like 2 games. I won 1 game, he won 1 game. And by the end of the night, we ended up in my mom's car. We didn't do anything, so get your mind out the gutter. We just talked. We had a pretty good conversation. I felt like we were on the same page with everything. We talked about what we wanted to do with our life, our hobbies, all of the getting to know you questions. We even talked about our dating life. I told him my dating life was okay. I haven't had any terrible experiences, but overall it was good. Well, when it was his turn to tell me about his dating life, let's just say things got a little weird. I remember him telling me about the time that he went out with his ex-female coworker and they somehow ended up at her house. Things got a little steamy. And, you know, I won't get into the specifics, but he basically told me that when they were getting to know each other, he had came to the conclusion that he was a demisexual. And I was like, a demi what? A demisexual? A demisexual? What the heck does that mean? He basically told me that a demisexual is a person who is only able to experience sexual feelings after developing an emotional connection with them. And I was like, okay. I mean, no judgment here, but okay. You know, that's something I've never heard of before, but you know, you learn something new every day. It's funny that he mentioned that because he kept trying to get me to kiss him while we were in the car. And I'm like, whoa there, buddy. Whoa, you trying to tango too fast. But he kept trying to get me to kiss him. And at first, it was on the lips. He wanted me to kiss him on the lips. And then once I said no, he was like, okay, just give me one on the cheek. And I'm like, I don't even want to do that. And after a few attempts of him trying to get me to kiss him, he realized that I was not into it. And I thought it was so contradictory to him saying that he was a demisexual because I thought you said you had to experience an emotional connection with someone. I mean, it's probably different when it comes to kissing, but I don't know. It just didn't make sense to me. I mean, he really meant it when he said he likes kissing. I don't know why I took that lightly. So we finished up our little conversation and he got out the car and left. And I left. And then I think we texted later that night. I'm not sure. I don't really remember, but I do know for sure that we texted the next day. And I remember that he apologized to me saying that, you know, he was sorry for trying to get me to kiss him. And I was like, it's all right. I don't really care. And then we exchanged a few texts between each other. And then I remember not hearing anything from him after that. And I was like, wow. Okay. So you're just gonna ghost me like that, huh? I should have been the one to do it because, you know, I mean, he was being weird, but he ended up ghosting me. So I was a little distraught about the situation, but it did not take me that long to get over it. I got over it like the next day. So yeah. But yeah, that's the story time for today. If you made it to the end of this video, please give this video a like and comment down below. I look at all my comments and I try to respond to each and every one of them. So please feel free to leave a comment.